At the Home Depot, your safety and the safety of our customers is always our top priority. Although we have strong measures in place designed to help prevent robbery, shoplifting, and other non-emergency theft incidents from occurring in our stores, statistics tell us that they will. When they do, it's critical that we be prepared to act safely and appropriately. That's why, in addition to prevention policies, associates need to be familiar with the Home Depot's robbery and theft-specific safety guidelines to be prepared should such events occur. Failure to follow these safety procedures may not only result in disciplinary action, up to and including termination, it may also result in life-threatening injuries. At the Home Depot, no merchandise in our stores is more valuable than the safety of our associates and customers. In the event of a robbery, your safety and the safety of your fellow associates and customers is most important. Knowing what to do is just as important as knowing what not to do. Remember to stay calm and obey the robber. Do not resist the robber in any manner. Again, no merchandise in our store is more valuable than your safety and the safety of our customers. Do not argue or make threats. Do not volunteer locations of money or location of management. Explain any surprises to the robber. These could be things such as police officers who regularly stop by, deliveries, or alarms. Try to be a good witness, and if it can be done safely, pay attention to the robber's gender, age, clothing, and accent. Take note of any distinguishing marks that are visible, such as birthmarks and tattoos. Again, only if it can be done safely from inside the building. Notice the type and description of weapons used and the type of vehicle used. Never, under any circumstances, follow the robber into the parking lot. When shoplifting or other non-emergency theft incidents occur at the Home Depot, we need to be prepared to handle the situation safely. Before contacting law enforcement, associates must always partner with their asset protection resource or with management. Suspecting someone of robbery or theft is a potentially unpleasant situation. To help associates navigate this tricky circumstance, we've developed guidelines that keep customer service and associate safety in mind. In these situations, knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. Only trained asset protection associates are authorized to make apprehensions and approach customers for suspected theft. Any violation of this policy may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination. Associates should never initiate a receipt check based on an individual's characteristics, including but not limited to gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, race, disability, national origin, or religion. Violation of this policy may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination. The guidelines for conducting a receipt check are as follows. Avoid any actions that may introduce risk or harm to yourself or customers. Do not attempt to detain or apprehend the customer. Never chase someone you think has engaged in theft, and never, under any circumstances, follow a suspect into the parking lot. When you approach customers for their receipt, exercise good customer service and remember to politely ask the individual to see their receipt and thank them for their patience and for shopping at the Home Depot. Never initiate physical contact with a customer. For example, never touch the customer, never grab the shopping carts, and never grab any merchandise they may be holding. If the individual asks why you want to see the receipt, say, "I have requested your receipt to ensure you were charged the correct amount for your purchase as a customer service courtesy." If the individual cannot produce the receipt, offer to hold the merchandise until the individual can locate the receipt. In cases where the receipt does not match the merchandise, inform the individual that the cashier may have failed to ring up all items correctly. Ask the customer to accompany you to an open register. Avoid making the customer wait in line again and have the cashier re-ring or ring up the appropriate items. If the individual does not wish to pay for an item that was not previously rung up, allow the individual to leave. Retain possession of the item only if it is safe to do so. Thank the customer for their patience and for shopping at the Home Depot. If you determine an item has not been paid for, remember to always exercise good customer service and ask the customer if he or she wants to pay for the item. If the customer does not want to pay for the item, allow the customer to keep the item and leave the store. Notify management or asset protection immediately. If the customer refuses to show a receipt, do not engage further and avoid causing a scene. Simply thank the individual and let them leave the store with the merchandise. Do not follow an individual outside of the store and never attempt to prevent them from exiting the building. Notify management or asset protection immediately. If you are already in the parking lot when you become aware of a suspected shoplifter, avoid approaching the individual in the parking lot under all circumstances. See the standards of performance for more information about safety policies related to suspected shoplifters. Violations of these policies are major violations which may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination. As associates, it's important to remember these safety guidelines and policies so that we are as prepared as we can be in the event that a robbery or non-emergency theft occurs in one of our stores. Any violation of these policies may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination. Remember that in these situations, knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. At the Home Depot, no merchandise in our stores is more valuable than the safety of our associates and customers and our company's good name.